Hi, I'm Susan Potter. I live in Cedar City, Utah. I grew up in Southern California in a big family. I went to BYU for 3.5 years with the break after my sophomore year. I had had an impression that I needed to stay home that year, and it turns out that I was able to teach early morning seminary to 25 wonderful freshmen at the same time my dad was teaching the seniors. And it was an opportunity that changed my life. I've been able to teach early morning seminary for 12 years. And in the past 3 years, I have been able to substitute seminary at the two high schools in Cedar City and also at the Institute at SUU. I got married before I could finish my degree, and that's why I'm here. I've taken a few independent study courses at BYU over the years, but that wasn't very fun. And when I heard about the Pathway program, I was the Relief Society president, and the bishop and I talked about it, and he thought, well, why don't you go do that, and we'll see how it goes, and then you can help other people do it. I loved Pathway, and so my experiment turned into a passion, and now I'm on track to graduate. I have 7 children, and my baby girl started school at BYU the same year I started Pathway, and I plan to finish my degree either before or at the same time that she finishes. And since she's currently serving a mission in Paris, France, I have an extra 18 months. All of my children have attended BYU except one. She pitched softball at UVU and is currently finishing her master's at SUU. But as a favor to me, last semester she took an independent study class at BYU, so I could say all my kids went to BYU. Since my email address is BYU Mom of 7 and my license plate says BYU Mom 7, she didn't want to feel left out. We go to all the BYU football games and tailgate with our kids, our nieces and nephews, and friends before the game and make great memories. I also love to watch Utah Jazz. We go to our cabin and spend time with our family. We play lots of volleyball and basketball in our backyard and just have lots of fun with our family. About my books, I have them as my background so you can see them. My first 5 are ones that my children wanted me to read over and over and over again. Jamberry is a sing-songy, nonsensical fun book. Pickle Things is just silly. It talks about all the things you can make out of pickles, like pickle pies, pickle cakes, even pickle feet, pickle kites. The monster at the end of this book is so cute. Grover is the narrator, and he heard there's a monster at the end of the book, and he doesn't want anybody to turn the page because he's so afraid. And when you get to the end of the book, he's the monster at the end of the book. Sylvester and the Magic Pebble is priceless. He's a donkey that finds a magic pebble, and when he holds it, he can turn into anything. And you'll have to read it to find out what Sylvester does when he gets himself into trouble and what he turns himself into. My kids would roar with laughter when my husband would read that story to them. Stella Luna is just sweet. It's perfect. It's a perfect bedtime story of friendship and love. Then I chose 5 series that our family would read together or that we read at the same time, and I'd have to sometimes buy 3 or 4 sets of them so we could all read them. Anne of Green Gables is an all-time favorite. The Chronicles of Narnia we read before the movies, of course, before the movies came out. Artemis Fowl mixes real life with fantasy. Harry Potter we had to read because of our last name. And I always have people ask me, are you related to Harry? And I can say yes, because I have a nephew named Harrison. Fablehaven is another great series. It's a little scary, so you don't want really little kids to read it. And it also mixes real life with fantasy. Nice to meet you. See you later. Bye.